Okay, about to roll into my second dance lesson here, and I was having some thoughts and I want to get them out. On the concept that I've been posting lately on simplicity. I even had a Zoom today, a gentleman weighing out surgery or no surgery, and my goal in those is not to talk you out of it. It's to tell you the truth about both sides. And when you have the truth about both sides, then you can make a clearer choice, because then you see what your responsibility is on both sides. But neither side will tell you this professionally. The holistic whatever side won't have any clue from an injury standpoint, and then the surgical side, no clue. So you just need to know where you stand. But a big theme in a lot of things is this simplicity. And when you look to, it's just like anything, when you go to the foundations of anything that's based on anything, the fundamentals of a sport, the fundamentals of music, the fundamentals of creation, art, are we really that good at them? And when you look at the basics and the essentials of what it is to be a human being and what the human being needs to heal and thrive, are you really that good at the basics? And I get this all the time because trainers will make fun of me. You still doing those, that single leg stuff? You still doing the holds? You still doing the body weight stuff? You still talking about force? Like, are you guys that good at it? Are you that good at what you're already? And the truth is, no. I mean, take the basic black belt mantra that they'll talk about. You become a student after 25 years. I'm coming up on it, and I'm just discovering things that have had access to and had no idea about. And so again, you keep coming back to the fundamentals and the essentials of life, and we just flippantly talk about them, and the professionals even outside of that will be like, oh, you guys talking about that, those feelings things? Are you guys talking about how the body like only heals itself? You talking about light? Oh yeah. Like, again, do you have that figured out? Are you that good at that? So one, we're never done with essentials, basics. You really haven't seen the depths of them, because one, you are a completely different person. This is why science doesn't match. They'll never measure you. And if they do happen to measure you, they got to measure you again and again and again and again to keep up with you changing. Because is it possible for your physiology to change in a second? Of course it is. I've proven this at public speaking events to bring up a major point. I would scare them that they were going to come up and dance, and then I let it marinate for themselves and ask them if their heart rates had changed, if they're sweating, if they're angry, if some of them are excited. Well, that's the body perfectly changing to what it's observing, and I lied to them, so it's changing on a lie. So if medicine came in, holistic, naturopathic, or allopathic came in and measured you, they would give you all these labels of all these things that are wrong with you when nothing's wrong with you. The body is always dialed in, but what it needs at any given time we're never the same. Therefore, you never being the same, dipping your toe in something that you've had access to or played with, it's never the same result. It's never the same effect. A grape is never the same inside you. That's why nobody can tell you what to nourish with. How would they have any idea? And part of the reason I closed my office, people coming in, TJ, tell me what to do. And I would have the answers. 4 different people. Oh, I got this for you, this for you, this for you, this for you. Now it becomes, how the hell should I know? I don't have any idea who you are at this time. How could anybody tell you what to do at any given time other than you? So you're constantly different. Therefore, being so infinitely different all the time in a complex, solution-oriented world, good luck. I mean, that's just shooting into night air hoping you hit something. And those are the stories you hear where that worked. No, this worked for me. I get this treatment, I get this body work, I get this diet. Works for you how? Well, I felt better for a period of time. Or, so are you still doing that? No. Yeah, and it just doesn't. Yeah, but I manage. It's no. Worked is healed to a level greater than what the body needed to give you symptoms for in the first place. Worked is you learned the lesson. Worked is total elevation. Worked is you kind of forgot what the symptoms were because you did so much work and you changed so much, you don't even remember the blisters, the swelling. You don't even remember the accident. You don't remember the surgery. And so the complexity that is you stays within the simple. That's one reason. One, you can also see the result of something you do. So an input's going to have an output, right? And so you can see when you make a change, what'd the body think of it? And that's a big question to ask at the end of your night and the first thing in your morning is, we do all these things in the simples or in the complex, but we don't ask that one question, what'd the body think about what you did? Because that's what you got to constantly ask, right? So there's another reason for simplicity. Another reason is when the body is symptomatic, when it is sort of being threatened, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a rolled ankle or a skin response or an accident. When it's in these moments, it is pulling in more information at a faster rate, appears to be slowing time down. It's not slowing time per se. It's just you're able to access more information at a given time so you can survive that moment. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing it has for these emergency situations. Well, when we're symptomatic, it's an emergency situation, meaning the body is taking in information and calibrating. So go to the depths of these simple exposures so it can take in more of the simple, and you'll then see you can sustain that, repeat it, you had access to it, nobody gives it to you, nobody can take it from you. That's the key to this whole thing. And your body's changing to the depths of this simple that you thought you had mastered, right? And that everyone else is kind of flippantly talking about. Oh, yeah, that stuff. But this is the new latest and greatest. This bottle, this thing in this cup that you don't have because you didn't learn about it yet. That's another reason to stay simple. But the biggest thing is what the body is pulling in at any given time when it's symptomatic. It doesn't matter what the injury looks like, or chronic or acute. Another huge, massive reason for staying simple. And then I alluded to it very quickly. I want to bring it back before we close off here because I got to get inside. It is everything you need to understand healing, make changes, and finish to prepare for the next level of life, because you don't prevent illness, disease, and you don't prevent injuries. That's a stupid way to look at things. It's when you understand that the body's only healing, that would be like, you're going to live a life you're never healing from. What the fuck? Or you're going to live in a way you never experience an injury, and an injury is just telling you weren't prepared for that event. That means you're just ultra prepared for everything all the time. What about slips, falls, accidents, the unpredictables? So that is just lunacy. But you have everything you need to go to this next level, prepare for this next level. So then you understand when another injury occurs or when another symptom occurs, you know exactly where you need to look, where you need to go, where you need to access. It's not this, oh God, I did well with this stuff before, but now this thing, I need to find that building that has it. I need to find that person that learned it. I need to find the letters after the name that we don't even know, and the term given to it, and the imaging that's going to show me it. And that's just not a way to live. It's a very disempowering, a very scary, depressing, you just don't feel good about your own life when it comes to that. And that's the part of the psychology that is gained and changed and rewired when you heal, is you sort of get to the point where I came across this, like, calling the void, or where you feel like you could step into oncoming traffic and stop traffic. You feel like you could levitate. You feel like you could be a bumblebee and create a vibration so much that you just levitate on air. You feel like you can achieve, taste, touch, grasp, pull in anything. That's the point. And it's a very cool place to be. And you'll understand when you were there and then when you left it, because you're healing and it's trying to get back to those moments. But life never stops. all the things you would need are a part of your life, because it was your life that brought you to this moment. So then it's your life and living that's going to bring you to this healed state. But simplify, simplify, simplify. All right, I got to go inside because they texted me and said they have something special in mind. So we shall see. Simplify.